Why was World War I called the Great War? Let's uncover some shocking facts that might just blow your mind. First, let's talk about some mind-boggling numbers. World War I, also known as the Great War, lasted from 1914 to 1918 and involved over 30 countries. An estimated 65 million soldiers were mobilized, and the war resulted in around 40 million casualties, including about 10 million military personnel and 7 million civilians. Yes, you heard that right, 40 million. Next, let's dive into the trenches. The Western Front, a major theater of war, stretched from the North Sea to the Swiss border with France, covering about 400 miles. Trenches were a defining feature of this front, and soldiers lived in these muddy, rat-infested ditches for weeks, sometimes months, at a time. The conditions were horrific, with constant threats from enemy fire, diseases, and the dreaded trench foot, a painful condition caused by prolonged exposure to damp and unsanitary conditions. Speaking of trenches, did you know there were entire underground cities? The French built an elaborate network of tunnels and underground chambers beneath the town of Arras, which included hospitals, command posts, and living quarters. The British had a similar system known as the Hindenburg Line tunnels, which provided shelter and strategic advantages during battles. Now, let's talk about some unusual weaponry. World War I saw the introduction of some of the most terrifying and innovative weapons in history. One of the most shocking was the use of chemical weapons. The Germans were the first to use chlorine gas in 1915 during the Second Battle of Ypres. This deadly gas caused severe respiratory damage and led to the development of gas masks, which became a crucial piece of equipment for soldiers on all sides. Later, mustard gas was introduced, causing severe blistering and blindness. Another startling fact is the use of tanks. The British Mark I tank, introduced in 1916, was the world's first ever tank. These armored vehicles were designed to cross rough terrain and barbed wire while providing protection from small arms fire. Although they were slow and prone to mechanical failures, tanks marked the beginning of a new era in warfare. By the end of the war, tanks had become a significant force on the battlefield. Air warfare also took a giant leap during World War I. The war saw the first use of aircraft for reconnaissance, bombing, and dogfighting. The Fokker Eindecker, a German fighter plane, was the first to be equipped with a synchronized machine gun that could fire through the propeller without hitting the blades. This innovation gave the Germans a significant advantage early in the war. The Red Baron, Manfred von Richthofen, became a legendary figure, achieving 80 air combat victories before being shot down in 1918. Let's not forget the role of animals in World War I. Horses, dogs, and even pigeons played crucial roles. Horses were used for cavalry charges, transportation, and hauling artillery. Dogs were employed for various tasks, including delivering messages, detecting mines, and comforting wounded soldiers. One of the most famous war dogs was Sergeant Stubby, an American dog who served in 17 battles, saved his regiment from surprise mustard gas attacks, and captured a German spy. Carrier pigeons were also heroes of the war. These birds were used to carry messages across enemy lines when other communication methods failed. One famous pigeon, Cher Ami, saved nearly 200 soldiers by delivering a crucial message despite being injured. World War I also saw some bizarre and unexpected events. One such event was the Christmas Truce of 1914. On Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, soldiers on both sides of the Western Front laid down their arms and emerged from the trenches to exchange greetings, sing carols, and even play soccer. This spontaneous ceasefire was not officially sanctioned, but demonstrated the shared humanity of the soldiers caught in the horrors of war. Another quirky fact involves the role of spies. Mata Hari, a Dutch exotic dancer and courtesan, was perhaps the most famous spy of World War I. She was accused of being a double agent for Germany and France and was executed by the French in 1917. Her life and mysterious death have been the subject of much speculation and numerous films and books. The war also led to significant technological and medical advancements. The necessity for better medical treatment on the battlefield saw the introduction of mobile X-ray machines, antiseptics, and improved surgical techniques. Blood transfusions became more common, and the first blood banks were established. These advancements saved countless lives and laid the foundation for modern medical practices. Communication technology also saw dramatic improvements. The war spurred the development of more reliable and portable radios, which allowed for better coordination and command of troops. The use of telephones, telegraphs, and signal flares became standard practice, revolutionizing military communication. World War I had a profound impact on society and culture. The war poets, such as Wilfred Owen and Siegfried Sassoon, captured the grim reality of trench warfare in their poignant and haunting poetry. These works remain powerful reminders of the human cost of war. The war also influenced art movements, such as Dadaism and Surrealism, which emerged as reactions to the chaos and absurdity of the conflict. One of the most surprising facts about World War I is its role in shaping the modern world. The war led to the collapse of empires, including the Austro-Hungarian, Ottoman, Russian, and German empires. The Treaty of Versailles, which ended the war, imposed harsh penalties on Germany and redrew national boundaries, leading to significant political and social changes. These changes set the stage for future conflicts, including World War II. Women played crucial roles during World War I, stepping into jobs and roles traditionally held by men who were now fighting at the front. This shift significantly advanced the cause of women's rights, leading to women gaining the right to vote in many countries shortly after the war. Lastly, let's talk about some of the personal stories that emerged from World War I. One of the most heartwarming tales is that of the Hello Girls. These were American female telephone operators who played a vital role in maintaining communications during the war. Fluent in both English and French, they handled military communications between American and French forces. Their efficiency and dedication were crucial to the war effort. To learn more about the fascinating history of World War I and other pivotal moments in history, be sure to like and subscribe to History Boost. Join us as we explore the key figures, groundbreaking technologies, and incredible stories that shaped our world.